Yo, we are back again. This is Luch the God. I got my co-host with me. I got a special guest with me. I'd like to introduce my co-host first because this is my boy for a long time, feel me? Going through the trenches, hitting them parties, snatching them yitches. You feels me? I got my mans with me. You like to introduce yourself?
I'm Swift.
Mm-hmm.
They call me Mike Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just me, man.
Feel me? What's your social media? Where they gonna find you at?
Mike Lowry on Facebook, and I'm just Swift Lowry, one word, on Instagram.
True.
Same thing. Mike Lowry Snapchat. Mike Lowry everything.
True. I am my special guest, today's artist spotlight. I don't know if y'all ever been to Connecticut. I don't know if y'all ever came through the hood of Hartford. But if you don't know, he started off as, I don't know because he started off as Yoda. But then his music name was Tony Time. You know what I'm saying? He was Tony Time for a little bit. But he came back, rebranded. Today we got my special guest with me. Want to introduce yourself?
It's your boy Tone Langu. Tony Time for the girls.
Okay.
You know the vibes.
Okay. Yo, Tone, what's your social media? Where can they find you at?
You can find me at Tone_Langu. And that's on everything.
Okay, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. We're going to get into this real quick. We're going to learn who Tone is, what's going on. Yo, Tone, who are you?
That is a great question. I am a child of God, one. I'm a father. I am a entrepreneur, musician, ladies man, stylist.
Hold on. When you say ladies man, what does that mean? You help other men get the itches, or what do you do?
Who me? Nah.
Kind of curious.
That just mean I keep my langu silky.
Okay, what does that mean for the audience that don't know?
That is a great question. So, langu just means language, but without the age. So there's no time to it. So everybody got their own goo. Like I got my own goo, you got your own goo. Swift got his own goo. Brody behind the computer got his own goo. You know what I'm saying?
What's goo for them?
Your goo is just your persona, your aura. You know what I'm saying? How they talk about vibes, but it's a way how you speak without even using words. Okay. So when I say keeping it silky, like I walk in, I got the fur on. It's just everything on me just look silky. So I'm just smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And yo, Tone, so how long you been making music for?
Wow, man, how long I've been making music?
Like your first official song to today's date. How many years?
Definitely 10 plus. My first song, I wrote it in 2004.
Okay, 2004. How long is that? What year were you born?
1994.
So you was 10 years old when you wrote your first song? Was it rap? Was this like a song?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
My first song was a rap. It was like a little freestyle.
You remember it? They say real artists remember their first bars.
Facts.
Let's hear it.
Facts.
Let me hear it.
I said, I'm fresh to death, I dress to impress, look my best, clips emptying your chest.
10. Bro, it's 10 talking about clips in your chest.
It's crazy because I never saw a gun or nothing. Like, never had a gun. I never was that type of kid. I don't even know why I even said that.
Where you grew up at?
I grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. Part of my childhood, I was kind of bad. So when I was a baby, I was born in Hartford Hospital. I got mad at my sister because she wouldn't let me watch a TV show, so I peed in the TV. The TV like smoked up and steamed up. I moved to Springfield, and my mom shipped me to Jamaica and left me there for a little while.
It was one of them big ass box TVs.
Nah, it was one of the small box TVs with the big ass back though, like
You know how pissed. You know back then us black families, we only had like that one maybe
TV.
2 TVs,
Bro.
and this young Negro
color.
Come piss up in the TV.
It was a
color.
Boy. It was one of those TVs that had the VCR player too. You know.
Yo, hey, mind you people Jamaican, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey boy, you peep on the TV.
Bro.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
But my mom always said I was just like one of those kids that I had to test stuff out, like, you know what I'm saying, just doing dumb stuff. So I ended up in Jamaica.
Okay, how long you was in Jamaica for?
A little less than a year. So it was right before I was supposed to go to school. So I was probably there when I was like 3, and I left when I was like 4. So I turned 4 like April 13th, and then I came back in like August.
Oh, so wait, you were 3 or 4 years old. So they just sent you just to send you. They're not because you're really bad. Cause
I
what's
peed
up?
I peed in the TV when I was 3. So when I was 3, but I was doing other stuff than peeing in the TV. Like I would take food and like throw it behind the like washer, and it'll just. I did like dumb stuff.
You only kid?
Nah. I had a sister.
Oh yeah, you just
Well,
say that.
I still have
What?
an older sister. Yeah, I did like I don't know. I was weird.
Yeah, I must say you didn't sound bad. You sound weird. This is a kid pissing in the TV, putting food behind the sofa.
My mom Jamaican too, please. So I used to she just whoop my ass.
Yeah, right.
No. The
I
thing,
just sit
my
beside me,
mom would like
At 3?
beat
3.
beat my
Probably
ass.
not 3. I don't know. About
Tell you,
3.
you was getting beat at 3 years old?
Yeah.
God.
I've
See-
been getting beat like for a long until I got to like high school.
remember
Then
3.
one day my mom tried to beat me, and I was like hold on, wait.
All right, hold on. Can you tell us about your last beating? How old were you? What'd you do?
My last beating, I was probably like 16.
Okay.
And I
Like belt or was it like all hands?
belt, hands. No, see, my mom's Jamaican, so it was with whatever she could find at the time. So I got, if it's the craziest thing I ever got hit with or beat with is a plunger.
A plunger.
That's weak. There's no
Nah,
center
bro,
of
no,
gravity to make
bro,
that hurt.
Bro, like
I know she wasn't touching the rubber part with him nasty. She was touching the shitty part of the plunger just to beat you. That's suicide.
Bro, nah, but from that, I like almost went like blind. She
From the plunger?
She only hit me once. Yeah, she hit me one time with the plunger and like that shit.
The
that
dirty
done-
part?
That's crazy,
This moment with the dirty part.
Like,
bro.
Wait, so you were
What you
16?
Hmm?
Yeah, what'd you do?
That plunger wasn't 16. That was when I was
Okay.
younger. But what I got beat for when I was 16, I just stayed out like later than I was supposed to. And, you know, my mom was like, "You can't stay out real on there." She was just going on, and then she called the police on me, and the police came, and
okay.
it was like a whole thing. But you know, shout out to my mom though, because she really stayed like on my case. So I was like, that's why I was never a kid that was even able to go anywhere. You know, that kind of kept me out of like a lot of trouble because nobody really knew who I like was at the time. You know what I mean? So I was just I was that kid that you literally only seen to get on the bus to go to like school in the morning, and then it's like you never seen the kid again outside. But you know that kid live on that same like street
He just inside all the time.
always.
Okay. So let's go back. You're 10 years old. You're writing songs about clips in people's chests. What you do? 5th grade. What school you went to?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Ain't that ironic? He's like, all right, so yeah, Martin Luther King Jr. School, talking about putting clips in other black people's chests. What do you think was like the stem for that pain and anger that was in your musical experience as a 10-year-old?
As a 10-year-old, I was influenced with a lot of 10-year-olds are influenced by, like, you know, in 3rd grade, one of my best friends was murdered. You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I was in 3rd
grade is like 8 years old, 7,
right?
8.
So my whole environment, like, you know, back then growing up in Hartford, a lot of people don't know.
It used to be crazy back then.
Yeah, it used to be way more crazier because you had D Block, you had the Avenue, you had West Hell, you know.
Right.
But
There's
right, that's just
TNT.
show you how long
Random
I've been
ass.
around. I've been around, nobody see me, but
Mhm.
I lived in a environment back then. Like, my mom wouldn't let me be outside past a certain time. Like, now I go on the street, be kids outside mad late. My mom wasn't having that because the violence was like bananas back then, and every hood was beefing with everybody. But back then it wasn't even gun violence. Like, they would pull up deep, like, you know what I'm saying, and literally, like, that was more about fighting culture and getting like that's crazy, that's a culture, but fighting and, like, you know, maybe getting stabbed and
They
stuff.
used to pull up with 2x4s.
Yeah, and like
okay,
really,
okay.
so back then was different. So that's the stuff I used to see just living up and living and growing in Hartford. I lived on Irvin Street off of Albany Avenue. My grandfather still owns the house there.
Okay.
So yeah, I grew up and I just seen a lot. So I think that and TV, obviously.
God damn, 10 years old in Hartford, Connecticut, y'all. All right, let's take a break.
I'm putting it.